everybody, welcome back to the Viking Weekend channel. I am your host and mighty chieftain Salty Viking. I hope you're having a great day, and I am back. I'm back, and it's great to be back, because during the holiday, back around the end of November or so, I ended up having, the holidays came up, but obviously, but then some other things happened that required my immediate attention. So I had to take care of all that. There was also things that happened, like, I had a pretty inconsistent work schedule for a while where I was bouncing around multiple places within one of my full-time jobs. Because you gotta remember, I work 2 full-time jobs. So usually I'm working on an average 72 to 80 hours a week. And one of my jobs, I was bouncing around and helping out. So it just got pretty wild and crazy, and just didn't have a lot of time to do any recording. And so I'm sorry. The old saying, life happens, shit happens. And everything's been dealt with now, so we are back. So there's that. Let me also talk about, the direction of the channel, the future of this channel, and because I had to think on some things, and before I came back. So there was a lot of factors in some of the decisions that I've had to make. So let me kind of get into that. One of those decisions was pretty much, with the PS4 winding down, Switch 1's kind of I wouldn't say kind of winding down, but it is starting to get there at some point. I had to think about, okay, am I going to continue to stream with the PS4 and the Switch 1, or should I convert over now to PC and my Switch 2, which I do have a Switch 2 now, so we're going to be doing stuff with that. So with that being said, I made the executive decision to delete a lot of videos that I had done, that I had started with the Switch 1 and the PS4. The reason for this was, one of the biggest reasons, as I kind of said, for all intents and purposes, the PS4 is winding down. They're not going to do a whole bunch of support on that. And, and proof of that was I was hoping to do a Genshin Impact playthrough, but ultimately it came down to, they did put the announcement out that, we're going to be ending support on PlayStation 4. You can go to PlayStation 5. I had to think about this, and it's like, it doesn't seem worth me getting a PlayStation 5 just to continue streaming on PlayStation. When a lot of the games that I could play on PlayStation, I could also play on PC through a Steam account, which I had set up right before I took my hiatus. So it boiled down to, okay, with the support ending on the PS4, and Switch 2 is starting to pick up traction now, I decided that I want to do everything on the Switch 2 and through PC. Now I know there's going to be some playthroughs that I've started or am looking to start doing, which would be, which I'll still do on the PlayStation 4. That will be the Sly Cooper trilogy and the Soul Calibur 3. That recently came out on PlayStation 4, and so I picked it up because that was one of my favorite games. Loved the Chronicle of the Sword story mode that was in there. So that's what I'm hoping to do with that. So again, I'm going to be doing a lot of my streaming from here on out on PC and Switch 2. I have no problem starting over on a lot of my playthroughs. Now, with Switch 2, there was some games where the game data did not make it over to the Switch 2 because it didn't save in the cloud data. And that's fine. I have no problem starting over. One of those was the Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild series that I had started. It didn't make it over because I had another save file that made it over. And so I just decided, you know what, I'm going to start over and play Breath of the Wild and eventually Tears of the Kingdom through the Switch 2 editions, which would probably be a better way to go just because the Zelda Notes app that kind of goes with it. I want to play with that and see how that goes. But another reason, and I referenced my Pokemon Violet playthrough with this one. Let me talk about that one. Pokemon Violet was the very first playthrough that I did for this channel back in 2022 when I first started. And the thing about that one is there was a lot of trial and error. Emphasis on the error part of it, because there was like 2 or 3 videos, I believe, that didn't have any sound whatsoever, and because my dumbass didn't bother to check the equipment. It was like, okay, I'm like going full ham in the videos, and there's no audio. It's like, what the hell here? So, and I had originally said that I was going to do like alternate commentary on that, but it's like, you know what? Why don't with me going to the Switch 2, why don't I just start over again and just do another playthrough? So I deleted the Pokemon Violet playthrough I had, and I'm going to start all over again. And also, by doing it this way, A, I'll be able to give you a much better playthrough. Y'all deserve that. B, it allows me to structure the playthrough a lot better than what I did. Excuse me. It's like, I did like extra things on top of other, like the main point of that video, like some of the classes and stuff. But it's like, you know what? Why don't I just do the class, like each class as its own video, and then as like each own minor video for the playthrough, and do like whatever it is that video is set to be as the focal point. Probably quicker videos, be able to knock out a playthrough pretty quickly. So yeah, that's the thing. And I can say the same about my Street Fighter 6 playthrough that I did. Ended up deleting that one as well. So because I'm going to do that one on the Switch too. Because there were some things that it's like, maybe I should have went this way, maybe I should have went that way. So I'm going to be dispelling all my regrets, and any regrets that I had with my original playthroughs, and I'm just going to start over again. I have no problem with that. So there's that. So look forward to me redoing a lot of those playthroughs again. Yeah, and that was like I ended up deleting Street Fighter 6, Pokemon Violet, Pokemon Arceus, gonna start over on the PlayStation 2. Eventually I'm gonna get ZA and I'll work on that one. I deleted all my Persona videos, all my Battle Network videos, gonna start all over again, and just, like I said, I'm gonna do it all. This allows me to put out better, kind of reevaluate and put out better content for all of you, because I think you all deserve it. I think you all deserve a much better version of myself than what I was, because I'd like to think that I've gotten better at content creation in the past 4 years that I've done this so far. And I'm going to get better, especially with me getting ready to go to college. Speaking of which, last year I did a video talking about my plans, and I kind of I was kind of talking about how I was just going to go apply for university straight out. I had to rethink that one, because one of the biggest reasons is, and got a confession to make, full disclosure. I wasn't the best student in high school. I had like a 1.32 GPA, and a lot of that was lack of trying. I wasn't, me having ADHD, if it didn't interest me, I wasn't, and me being young and dumb at the time, I didn't appreciate the value that having an education would have. So, and it kind of shows today. I mean, I work two full-time and very thankless jobs. Where, you do kind of get that feeling of you're being underappreciated, or, you have people that just will run you down for no reason other than, that they're failures, so they want to make everyone else around them feel like failures. It's stupid, and yeah, it's pathetic and stupid. So I'm going to actually go the route of going to a community college first, or concurrently with me going into a university. Now, I originally made plans that I was going to go to UNCG. I thought about this, and I'm not changing the idea of going to UNCG. I would love to go to UNCG, but I'm thinking, why don't, I can do dual enrollment, or go transfer to another university once I get, to take classes that I feel would be beneficial to my degree. For those who don't know, I'm looking to go into media studies to be a better content creator. And I'm going to go into that, full steam ahead. I'd like to think I'm older and wiser now, not young and dumb like I was. So, my focus will be to graduate, and I want to graduate with honors because, as I said, I graduated with a 1 point. I got out of high school barely got out of high school with a 1.32 GPA. That's not impressive. That is absolutely. It's just, mind-blowingly stupid how I got out of that, but I did, and I kind of regret the fact that I didn't apply myself. So I plan to do that in college. I want to be an honors student. So I'm going to be trying to graduate college with honors. That will be my goal. And a lot of that and for those that don't know, a lot of that reason is back in 2021, right before I started this channel, my best friend took her own life. A year later, my mother died of a heart attack. I lost two very important people to me in the span of a year. And they knew that I could be better than what I was. So, that's the desire for me to go to college, to be that better person that they know I could be. I like to think that I've started doing that with content creation. So, so I will keep you guys updated on my journey, because eventually this channel is going to be a lot more than just gaming. It's going to be cooking. It's going to be, I want to do history talks. I want to do interviewing, because I'm going to have a journalism, because part of my study will be in journalism. So I'd like to do an interview section, and then also do collabs with other content creators and VTubers. Speaking of which, let's talk about that one. Eventually, what I'm going to do is I would like to do a live stream show. And with that live stream show, I am actually going to be entering the realm of becoming a VTuber. I know it's kind of weird, but it's something that I want to do. It looks fun. So, yeah, I'm going to become a VTuber. I'll do that at home. And then when I'm out in the field or something, or out in the kitchen, then I will be IRL. I don't care if people know what I look like, because I mean, it doesn't bother me, because I know a lot of VTubers, they do it to protect their anonymity, and also because they don't want to be on camera. I don't have as much of a problem with that. So the fact that you know who I am, it's not going to be any secret. And it's no different than Sayu. We all know that it's Alejandro Saab, voice actor, who, you know, when he's doing his voice acting work as a professional, he's billed as himself, Alejandro Saab. But when he's doing his own thing, he's Sayu. You know, so it's no different there. Yeah, big shout out to Sayu. And yes, I do watch a lot of VTubers, so I'd like to do collabs with them as well. And if anybody knows, my Kamiyoshi is Haruka Karibu. You know, it's no different than Heavenly's Kamiyoshi being Henya, and which I completely understand that one. Henya's a trip. You know, bounce on it, Dio, or crazy style, Dio. You know, all this. Oh, yeah. Henya's something else. And I do watch a lot of other streamers like Amelie and Ariel and Kamani Clowney and Cheriko and Emiko and Echo Finn and Nabina and so many others. Just, you know, those are just naming a few. And I did mention Sayu. I do watch him. So yeah, I'm going to be entering the realm of being a VTuber myself and doing a live stream show and then doing streaming other times when I'm here in the house, in my home. I'll just run the model. That's it. Also, another thing with this, y'all know that little cool Viking logo that you always see at the beginning of every video. It has served me well for the past 4 years as part of this channel. It will be getting retired at some point. I am working with an artist who's doing all my assets. She's doing my model. At some point I'm going to have one of my Oshis do the rigging. But I have an artist who's going to be doing all my banner work, all the labels for socials and all that stuff. She's going to be creating me a brand new logo, which will feature my VTuber model in it. So when that gets made and is ready to be debuted, I will debut it, and the old one will get retired. But until then, you know, we're going to enjoy it while we can. And I think that pretty much covers all of everything that I had to say. I'm glad to be back, and we're gonna start getting into the yeah. So at the time of this recording, the Pokemon Direct has not happened yet. It should happen within a little over a week of this recording. So, you know, I'm gonna try to knock out Pokemon Violet, and I'm also gonna start Scarlet and some of the other Scarlet, Sword, Shield. Right out the gate, because if the rumors that I heard are true, there's going to be a whole lot more Pokemon to enjoy. But again, rumors are rumors, so take anything you hear with a large grain of salt. We'll wait till the Pokemon Direct when it becomes official to really go to take anything as gospel. That pretty much about covers it, guys. Again, I'm back and hope to not go anywhere. Hopefully nothing else wacky happens. But anyway, if you like my content, you wish to support, feel free to like, comment, ring that bell for notifications, but also subscribe. I would love to become, one of the goals of this channel is to become part of the YouTube partner program. When I get up on my live streaming, I will be live streaming on Twitch. I already have the social set up. I already have the account set up to do that. I'm just not going to roll anything out about that until I am ready to do so. But yeah, follow me on X, follow me on, here on YouTube. I would greatly appreciate it. You guys are already changing my life as is. And for that, I am very grateful, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart. So with all that being said, this is your mighty chieftain, Salty Viking, reminding you as always to live brave and free, fight tooth and nail, and you all have a glorious Viking weekend. And I will catch you in the next episode. Later.